I don't know if this is anywhere else, but we have a place called Sharks. And Sharks is kind of like that local food that, gives you big portions. And it's kind of reasonably priced, especially in our year 2024. So I have chicken tenders, and as you can see, I have a lot of chicken tenders. This was $12 plus fries plus coleslaw, and this Pepsi here. This is hold up, I'm trying to find this, like 20 fluid ounce bottle of Pepsi. This was $1.49. So I got all this for under $20, which I think is a steal. And their food is really good. So this is mild sauce. You may see a bit of dusting on these chicken tenders. It's just lemon pepper. I think it's customary that they do that. Yep. Just a little bit. Not too much. I'm not gonna eat all this. Be real with you. It came with coleslaw. I usually don't eat coleslaw. I'm just gonna try it. It's not bad. Actually kind of sweet. You can stay. I like their fries. They have this very unique batter. I don't know whether they throw it in with the chicken or if it's because they only use olive oil. Not olive oil, vegetable oil. They also gave me hot sauce one moment. So this is the hot sauce. It smells like Louisiana, so I'm just gonna confirm that. Yeah. From what I heard, mild sauce is like a mix between like certain chilies and barbecues and maybe even ketchup for some. It's sweet, tangy. Yeah, I need to start giving local places love. Or at least Chicago. Local places, if that makes sense. Because I always find myself just going to McDonald's or going to, typical fast food places, but these places have really good food as well, and it's cheap, and you get a lot. Also for these gives off that local vibe to it. And this is how I got it. I mean, of course, it was in a little bag, but this is the way you get it. Some of my Pepsi. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It's technically like a 6-piece tender, but like they're huge. So I've been writing a lot more, and I've been getting really, I've been critiquing my work so like heavily. I've been scrutinizing it so much. And I think it's because I feel like my book doesn't have a theme. But the theme I'm going for is by another popular book, and I don't like that. I wish I could make my theme a bit more unique. So I've just been kind of sitting here, scrutinizing it. Also, I've been reading some underground authors recently. Underground as in authors who just don't have exposure. There's this one Vietnamese fantasy author that I've been reading. And I'm not gonna lie, the very beginning of her novel was amazing. I love the setup. I love the way things were escalating. But I am halfway through the book, and ooh, I'm not gonna lie. So, without spoiling it, the book starts off very actiony, but I really should have read the back a bit more extensively, because as I read, I realize, oh, there's not going to be any more action in this. And now it's pretty much a slow drag to the finish. Also, sorry, it's the weekend and people are going down the street blasting music. So I'm really sorry if you hear any I'm trying to choose the smallest one because I'm getting full. This one. And then the ultimate bite. But we really have a vow to finish this book, and I think that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the year. I'm going to start reading the books that I DNF'd. And DNF just means did not finish. So after I finish that book, I'm going to read the books that I DNF'd in reverse order. So the last one I DNF'd before I partially DNF'd the book I'm reading currently will be next. Next will be Mitch Albom's The Stranger in the Lifeboat. I wasn't at a good headspace when I started reading this book. In the beginning kind of spoils the rest of the book, so it's kind of like, why am I reading it, you know? The second book, and this was a shocker to me, because I got about 70 pages in, but I just decided to toss it for something else, is Hyperion by Dan Simmons. I guess just what I was expecting. I had expectations, but what I was expecting was a bit different than what I was expecting. I can't explain it. So this is a 90s fantasy book, right? And unfortunately, I don't know why that changed the way I thought the fantasy would work. Because now as I read, I have these odd ideas of what I think a 90s fantasy would be like, and it's not meeting the expectations. I don't know. But I'm going to give this another go. I'm going to give it a fair shot. Because there was nothing wrong with anything I read. It's just, you know, I had an expectation. I don't know. Next is also pretty surprising, but you have to remember that I started my reading journey during a time where I was just figuring out who was who. And this is The Langoliers by Stephen King. I wasn't used to the way Stephen King wrote it initially. It felt like he was just kind of yapping. And in this book in particular, I know that there's a lot of shifts, but it doesn't feel like there's shifts. I can't explain it. So this starts in one setting, but halfway through the chapter, it switched to another setting, and it just kind of threw me off. I know that this is a good book because I've heard nothing but praise for this book, but it's going to take a while for me to get into it because I need to finish the other ones. Oh, I forgot. Louisiana sauce is actually pretty hot. And then the last one This was actually the thumbnail for one of my previous early books, early ASMR book talks, and that is Nicole Jarvis's The Lights of Prague. This was a monstery European sort of fiction fantasy story, and I really like the idea of this. I just hit a really slow spot early on, and I just couldn't bring myself to pick it back up. And once I finished that book, I'm pretty much done with my DNFs, and I can actually move on to other books that I want to read. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty full right now. You guys probably noticed I stopped eating, but I'm not gonna lie, this would be amazing lunch for tomorrow. So I am going to end it off here. It looks like we're about late 17 minutes, early 18 minutes from what my recording looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Don't worry, I'm going to eat this.